The first day of June 2025 marked a significant moment in Malaysia's diplomatic calendar. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim was notably present in Singapore, not merely as an attendee but as a key participant in unfolding regional narratives. His arrival on May 31st set the stage for a series of important engagements, culminating in crucial meetings on June 1st. Among these were high-stakes discussions with United States Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Boeing Global President Brendan Nelson. These interactions, occurring during Anwar's brief working visit, signaled more than routine diplomatic courtesy. They pointed towards a concerted effort by Malaysia to actively shape its strategic partnerships and engage with global leaders on pressing issues of security and economic development, all within the dynamic atmosphere of a major international summit. Prime Minister Anwar's visit to Singapore was indeed concise, yet it was densely packed with significant diplomatic activities. The primary catalyst for his presence was the 22nd Shangri-La Dialogue, a highly respected regional security and defense summit for the Asia-Pacific region. Such premier events naturally draw global leaders, and the sidelines often become fertile ground for pivotal bilateral discussions. The scheduled meetings with Secretary Hegseth and Mr. Nelson were clear indicators of this. These were not cursory exchanges but substantive dialogues aimed at reinforcing Malaysia's international standing and addressing core national interests. The choice of Singapore, a regional hub known for facilitating such critical conversations, further underscored the gravity and potential impact of these meetings. The Shangri-La Dialogue itself provides a crucial backdrop to understand the importance of these meetings. Now, in its 22nd iteration, the SLD has firmly established itself as the Asia-Pacific's foremost security summit. The event, which commenced on May 30, 2025, drew an impressive array of participants. These included representatives from 47 countries, featuring 40 ministerial-level delegates, over 20 chiefs of defense forces, numerous senior defense officials, and leading academics from around the globe. It is within this context of intense international focus on defense and security that Prime Minister Anwar's engagements unfolded. Malaysia's proactive participation in such a forum highlights its commitment to contributing to regional stability and shaping the discourse on security challenges. The key personalities involved in these discussions each represent significant spheres of influence. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is spearheading Malaysia's current foreign policy, guiding the nation towards a more visible and assertive role on the international stage. United States Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth represents the formidable defense apparatus of a global superpower, deeply invested in the security architecture of the Indo-Pacific. Brendan Nelson, as the global president of Boeing, helms one of the world's largest aerospace and defense corporations. The convergence of these leaders in Singapore for these specific talks signifies a mutual acknowledgement of intertwined interests and the considerable potential for deeper collaboration across defense, technological advancement, and economic growth for Malaysia. The dialogue between Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and United States Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth was particularly noteworthy. Their conversation on June 1, 2025, centered squarely on the objective of enhancing bilateral cooperation between Malaysia and the United States. This cooperation is envisioned to span several critical domains, with a particular emphasis on defense and maritime security, areas of profound importance in the current geopolitical climate. During their meeting, Prime Minister Anwar took the opportunity to express Malaysia's sincere appreciation for the United States' active participation in the recent Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition 2025 or Lima 25. This acknowledgement served to highlight an already existing foundation of military-to-military engagement and goodwill between the two nations, paving the way for more robust future collaborations. The implications of a strengthened strategic relationship between Malaysia and the United States are far-reaching, especially given the heightened geopolitical uncertainty prevalent in the Asia-Pacific region. Enhanced cooperation in maritime security, for instance, holds particular relevance due to the complex and often contested nature of regional waters, including the vital South China Sea. Both Malaysia and the United States share a vested interest in upholding the principles of freedom of navigation and adhering to a rules-based international order. This meeting, therefore, underscores a mutual commitment to collaborate more closely in addressing shared maritime challenges and ensuring regional stability. It also reflects Malaysia's pragmatic approach to safeguarding its extensive maritime interests through diverse and strong international partnerships. Shifting focus to the commercial and industrial sphere, Prime Minister Anwar's meeting with Brendan Nelson, the global president of Boeing, opened up another avenue of strategic importance. Their discussion was comprehensive, touching upon a variety of subjects crucial for Malaysia's development. Maritime security capabilities, a consistent theme, were explored, likely involving Boeing's advanced surveillance and patrol technologies. Asset modernization for Malaysia's defense forces was another key topic, indicating a potential interest in upgrading existing platforms or acquiring new ones. Beyond purely defense-related matters, the talks ambitiously covered potential Boeing investments in education within Malaysia and fostering collaboration with local industry players, particularly in training and skills development. The strategic cooperation envisioned with Boeing extends deeply into building indigenous capacity. A significant point of discussion was the development of Malaysia's maintenance, repair and overhaul ecosystem for the aerospace sector. This initiative is not merely about the procurement of advanced equipment. It is fundamentally about cultivating a sustainable and technologically proficient aerospace industry within Malaysia. Such a collaboration promises substantial economic advantages, including the creation of high-value, skilled employment opportunities, and a significant enhancement of Malaysia's overall technological base. The dialogue with Boeing thus represented a holistic approach, intertwining national security needs with long-term economic development and human capital advancement, showcasing a comprehensive strategy for national progress. The series of high-level meetings conducted by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim in Singapore serve as compelling evidence of Malaysia's increasing stature on the international stage. Engagements with the defense chief of a global superpower like the United States, and simultaneously with the president of a leading global aerospace corporation such as Boeing, are not everyday occurrences. These interactions clearly reflect Malaysia's growing relevance and influence within the regional and global defense landscape. The nation is demonstrating that it is not content to be a passive observer of geopolitical shifts, but is instead an active participant, keen on shaping its own strategic environment. This proactive diplomatic posture, particularly visible under Prime Minister Anwar's leadership, signals a new dynamism in Malaysia's foreign relations. Within the broader context of Southeast Asia, Malaysia's strategic importance cannot be overstated. As a founding and influential member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Malaysia consistently plays a pivotal role in fostering regional stability and cooperation. The country has a long history of skillfully navigating complex geopolitical currents, adeptly balancing its relationships with various major global powers. The recent meetings in Singapore further underscore Malaysia's capacity to engage constructively and substantively with the United States, even while it steadfastly maintains its independent foreign policy stance. This nuanced balancing act is crucial not only for regional peace and understanding but also for effectively advancing Malaysia's own diverse national interests in a multipolar world. Malaysia's commitment to participating actively in international defense initiatives is another key takeaway from these recent developments. Prime Minister Anwar's specific mention of Lima 25 during his conversation with Secretary Hegseth, and the appreciation expressed for U.S. involvement, serves as a pertinent example. Lima, hosted by Malaysia, is a significant biennial international exhibition that showcases the latest in maritime and aerospace technology, thereby promoting defense cooperation and transparency among participating nations. The discussions in Singapore build upon this foundation, further cementing Malaysia's reputation as a nation willing and able to contribute meaningfully to collective security efforts. Such participation is instrumental in building trust, enhancing interoperability, and fostering stronger defense relationships with partner countries across the globe. Ultimately, these engagements send a clear and multifaceted message to the international community about Malaysia's aspirations and strategic direction. They signal a nation that is resolutely serious about modernizing its defense capabilities to meet contemporary challenges. Concurrently, they highlight a profound commitment to investing in its most valuable asset, its people, through dedicated initiatives in education and advanced training, particularly in high-technology sectors like aerospace. Malaysia is thus positioning itself as a reliable and capable partner, ready to collaborate in addressing shared security concerns that affect the Asia-Pacific region. This proactive and forward-looking stance contributes significantly to fostering a more stable, predictable, and ultimately secure environment in this vitally important part of the world. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's personal attendance and active participation in the 22nd Shangri-La Dialogue carry considerable weight. This annual gathering is far more than just a collection of speeches and meetings. It stands as a vital and indispensable forum for defense ministers, top military chiefs, and leading security experts from across the Asia-Pacific and beyond. The unique environment of the SLD allows for candid, often direct discussions on the most pressing security challenges confronting the region. Malaysia's consistent and high-level engagement in this dialogue demonstrates its unwavering commitment to multilateral security cooperation. It underscores a deeply held belief within Malaysian policy circles that open communication and sustained dialogue are essential tools for preventing conflict and building mutual understanding among nations. The broader implications of these meetings, especially those focused on defense cooperation and maritime security, resonate deeply within the regional security architecture. The discussions held by Prime Minister Anwar directly address key anxieties in the Asia-Pacific, most notably the ongoing tensions and complexities surrounding the South China Sea. By taking concrete steps to strengthen its own defense capabilities and by fostering robust partnerships with nations like the United States, Malaysia is actively contributing to a more resilient regional security framework. These dialogues can promote greater transparency in military activities and intentions, potentially serving to de-escalate tensions. They also reinforce a collective regional commitment to upholding international law and established norms, particularly in the critical maritime domain. The signals emanating from Malaysia's proactive engagements in Singapore are undoubtedly being noted by other nations, both within the region and further afield. Malaysia's forthright discussions with the United States government and a major defense industry leader like Boeing clearly demonstrate its strategic autonomy and its discerning willingness to forge partnerships that serve its national interests and contribute to regional well-being. This approach powerfully reinforces the notion that nations in Southeast Asia are not merely passive recipients of great power dynamics, but are, in fact, active agents in shaping their own security environment. Such actions can inspire and encourage other regional players to similarly pursue constructive dialogues and cooperative security initiatives, fostering a more collaborative approach to shared challenges. In conclusion, the strategic maneuvers undertaken by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his delegation in Singapore are not isolated diplomatic gestures. Instead, they form integral components of a broader, coherent vision aimed at enhancing Malaysia's security, bolstering its economic prosperity, and elevating its influence on the global stage. The meetings successfully fortified crucial bilateral relationships, particularly with the United States, and opened promising new avenues for technological advancement and economic growth through collaborations like the one discussed with Boeing. Crucially, these actions solidify Malaysia's role as a responsible and engaged regional actor. In an era characterized by increasing geopolitical flux and uncertainty, such proactive and principled diplomacy is indispensable for navigating complex challenges and for seizing opportunities to foster a more peaceful and stable Asia-Pacific region.